At the end of the day, football is football.
Exactly,
you get me?
bro.
Like,
I'm not going to sit here and act like if he did come back and he's playing for Manchester United, I'm boycotting the badge, bro. I'm not boycotting the badge. I support Manchester United, not Mason Greenwood.
TezTalks. Check the scores before you come with your reckless talk.
Go check that.
Sending call and banter my team, I will banter yours. For the win, taking no L's, we don't do draws. Don't press pause, keep your ears peeled when Tezzy talks.
Oh my gosh, it's all falling apart, people. It's all falling apart already.
Not like this.
2 games in and the United fan base are losing their heads for many different reasons.
It's only right. It's only right.
Greenwood staying, fan base in turmoil. Greenwood going, the fan base in turmoil. Ten Hag out, Mason Mount, get out of our club. All sorts of things is going on down at them Old Trafford bits, blood. Man. Meanwhile, Arsenal are just about to kick off their game, and hopefully, by the time I finish recording this podcast, there'll be points dropped in that game for the Man City to the right to me.
Screenshot for them, you get me? Come on, the boys.
Fucking hell, man. But what a weekend. What a weekend. Capo, did you enjoy your weekend, sir?
It's alright, you know. But I can't complain. I have a few complaints, but as a whole, it was a good weekend.
What about you,
Not
sir?
gonna ruin it.
Good weekend, man. You know, as you said, the boys weren't playing till Monday, so, you know.
Do you like that?
Took the family down to Western Superbed, didn't I? You know what I mean?
Fairs. Best sign in your car on the way up
You
here,
should see my car, but my car is murked.
Hella sanded there.
Murked, so I gotta get that valet later, you get me?
It's all
Basically.
right. Wow, my weekend was, you know what's crazy? I'm there saying, by the time I finish recording this, points would have been dropped. Imagine, I couldn't even get to watch the game. I'm friggin' en route on the M-way to a stag day. I had to watch the extended highlights and all of that, bro. I'm just in the car. My brethren's just trolling me on Twitter, blood. It's getting mad. I can't even see what it's getting mad about.
How's the stag do, though?
Yeah, it was good, It was raw good, still different. I like them.
Made losing a little bit better.
Yeah, blood. I like them kind of vibes, man.
Big up Brandon, though. Big up Brandon.
Trust me.
Upstairs.
But question for you though, before we get into anything, because it's gonna be it's gonna be a heated show. Trust me, I got a lot to say, and when I've got a lot to say, we're here for ages. But Kims, going back to what you were saying earlier, yeah, do you enjoy like, what's your ideal weekend when it comes to your team in terms of like fixture wise?
I don't know. Sometimes you see, you want your team to win, and then you can relax for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah,
you get me?
facts.
But at the same time, I hate that 12:30 kickoff, bro.
What about the Friday?
The Friday,
I love Friday nights.
Don't get me wrong. We'll say anything's good if we win. You get me?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
As long as you win, your weekend's good. You get me?
Yeah.
Cause you know that feeling of going into work on Monday.
Yeah.
And your head's just gone, bro. You don't want to say morning to anybody, bro.
Yeah,
You get me?
But it's a suspense, man. Especially when the ups and you
Yeah,
rivals
when you're
are
the
just-
last one to play and you've been roasting man on Twitter all weekend.
It's long for you still. It's long for you still.
It's one of them ones, isn't it?
It's the pressure. What about you, sir? What do you prefer? Friday night, Saturday, Sunday or Monday?
I feel like it depends what I've got going on, because I don't want it to let's say tomorrow now. Nah, let's say Saturday. Let's say Saturday, 8 o'clock or some shit. Got a little party to be at though at that time. If your team loses during that party, it's kind of you're there, but you're not there. You like fucking hell, fam. You get me? So it really depends what's going on, but if you're there and you win, now the party's lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just like, it depends what's going on, man.
Facts.
It's actually mad how football can affect man's
It affects,
mood.
it affects your whole
week,
I think
bro.
it affects my body language more than anything.
Nothing can
See,
get
I can
me.
fake a little
I feel
smile.
it's mad to say nothing can get me as down as football, bruv.
Facts.
And
Facts.
same way as gassed as football. Like it's mad.
I can't lie though, I feel like maybe like 3 years back, 4 years back, my lows were lower than now though.
Oh yeah.
I feel like after a while, you lose so
know
much.
why?
It
You know
becomes
why?
I
like,
hear you, but it's from it's a different type of low
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
You get me?
But
We're
I just
not
feel like I
as
don't
low.
get as
Nah,
mad
it's
or
because
moody about it anymore.
you know why?
fam. I
It's
can't,
because
bro, I
it's
can't
because
let it.
genuinely speaking, the club's in an all right place.
Yeah, like I can't let it
That's
affect
why.
me too much anymore.
That's
man.
the
Just
only
gotta-
reason why.
But you know what it is though?
Like now I'm kind of
It's
calm with
because
I'm not calm with the loss, but I'm calm.
we
like,
play so much in these teams to give us happiness, bro.
Yeah.
So when we don't get it, we feel betrayed.
Facts.
We literally feel betrayed.
Facts, bro.
Ten Hag Or Ole.
Like I hate, yeah. You see me, I'm that type of fan, yeah. You see when we lose, all I think about is the next game, when's the next game, so I can get excited for that. You see when you're playing one game a week, blood, and you've lost, or you're on a losing streak, oh my God, there's
Yeah.
nothing worse, bro.
My missus don't want to talk to. Well, she hates it when Arsenal playing. And if Arsenal lose, she just
Yeah.
knows what type of team
What's the-
she's gonna
what's the
get,
vibe?
bro. You
Facts.
get me? Like
What's
she
the
just
vibe?
knows, and it's not even like I'm conscious of it. Like I just can't help my mood.
we can't help it.
You get me?
can't, bro.
I don't think I'm talking to her away, but I am talking to her away.
Yeah.
It's because I'm fucking mad.
You get it?
These man have been shit for the past 3 weeks. Can't get a win on the board. You get me? That's how.
We've
That's,
been
yo,
there.
them ones
We've
are
all
peak,
been-
bro.
we've all been
affecting
there.
your family life and all that,
You've
but
been there, trust
the
me.
life we chose, man.
It's the life
You
we
gotta
chose.
take the highs with the lows. You get me?
Big facts, big facts. This is why
the lows.
Manchester United need to bounce back. You get it? But, bro, I'm talking about the club, fam, not an individual. Alright, boys, I need the win as soon as possible. Saturday will be now. Are we even playing on Saturday, blood?
Yeah.
3 o'clock kickoff
3 o'clock.
at the OT. Need it, man, need it. But that just brings us nicely onto tweet of the week. And there's still no jingle. Blame Manchester United, could have lost. They lost. And I went in no mood to go and record no jingle. So
Start
yeah.
holding Rashi accountable.
Yeah. But
That's my new one.
Keems,
Yeah, but that.
give them this week's tweet, son.
Okay. So tweet of the week this week comes from @UnitedMika, and he says, "Mark my words, full stop. Manchester United finished between 6th and 8th. Ten Hag out would be trending. Glazers out would be trending. But you man are happy about an innocent man in a shit relationship being dumped by the club. He's served for practically his entire life. This club is done."
Pussy clap.
Some strong words there, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Well, let's
That's how you United fans are feeling right now, blood.
some of them,
know.
some of them are fuming, bro. Like some of them are absolutely raging, while others are happy. But let's address the first part of the tweet first, because you can break that tweet down into two pieces. Obviously, one, Ten
To me,
Hag,
it's sounding like he's lost faith in Ten Hag, innit? Basically.
basically.
United were finished between 6th and 8th. Which,
We won't. But yeah,
in his opinion, well, if that, let's speak hypothetically, that would be a failure of a season, of course.
of course.
Glazers out will be trending.
And Ten Hag will be.
What do you
trending
think? What do you think's the main reason that there seems to be a sudden change of heart towards Ten Hag?
Because we lost, bro.
But you lost games last year as well.
Man United fans are pathetic, bro. That's all it is.
Preach.
When
Preach,
it comes to
my
Twitter
bro.
and that, fam, and then you see Manchester
I don't
United
think
fans,
it's just
bro.
the loss though. I
I
think
don't
it's
think it's
the
serious, man.
performances. Like, I feel
We
like
played better football than we've played for time. We played like we've
Not
got a
this season.
We've got a direct.
not this season.
It's only 2 games, but
That's what I'm saying.
genuinely speaking, we
Generally
have.
speaking,
Nah,
we
but
played
they-
better
they-
football.
But they've been saying even pre-season you've been playing shocking
My
football.
team's been called Freestyle United for how long, bro? It's not that anymore.
But I've been seeing man
it's not
saying
good direction. Fam.
this is Ollie 2.0 and all of that stuff. Like
Man, I just
Ollie in
saw it.
disguise.
Man, I
And
saw
You can see
reactionary,
you
bro.
can see like how
I'm
how he
loving
likes
it,
to
you
play
know,
games, bro. Like I don't like.
I'm gonna let Capo land before I say my piece. Carry on, fam.
Bro, I just don't listen to all the haters online.
Bro.
At the end of the day, support United, bro.
when people say, like, I see people say, oh, what's Ten Hag's style of play? What is he trying to do this season? Bruv, you clearly don't watch Manchester United. Just because something is not paying off, or what somebody is trying to do is not coming off, doesn't mean that it's not trying to play that way. Bro, since the new preseason up until we lost to Spurs, you can see that he's trying to play with 2 8s further forward, have Casemiro there, but he's trying to have his fullbacks do the inverted thing. The difference is why it's not working for Manchester United, because we have 2 traditional fullbacks. Luke Shaw is a traditional fullback, as good as I think he is, as Luke Shaw, best left back in the league, whatever. Wan-Bissaka also very good defensively, as he should be as a defender. Them man are not modern day wingers, bro. Modern day fullbacks, sorry. They're not Zinchenko or fucking Cancelo or these, man. Even Blood Clot, what's his name? Lamptey from Brighton. Estepina, them man there. Even Cucurella to a certain extent. Them man are all modern fullbacks. They can, whether they're good at doing it or whether they're not good at doing it, they know how to drop in the middle when the midfield are moving further forward. Last season, Eriksen weren't playing further forward with Bruno. He was sitting next to Casemiro. He's clearly changed how he wanted to play. He tried to play that way last season at the start, and we lost 2 games because he realised De Gea and Maguire, Lindelof can't play from the back together as the triangle three behind the 2 midfielders. So he's brought in a keeper now. That can do that. And because the defenders ain't really used to a keeper that can play with his feet, the bar Martinez, as mad as it sounds, man are and ahhing whether to pass back to the keeper, and before you know it, man are already on them, dispossessing them. So it's a thing where he's trying to implement his original playing style again, and it's kind of not working.
But isn't there an argument to say that Ten Hag is culpable? Well, he's bringing himself. How can I put this? This is giving these guys that are losing faith in Ten Hag fuel to fire towards him, because, as you said, this is 2 games in a row now. Well, more if you include pre-season, that it's not working. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he chose to play the same 11 again as Wolves, and it didn't work again. As you said, he hasn't got the players, the fullbacks or whatever, to implement this system. Yeah, he's persisting with it.
But that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do as a manager. If they're not gonna give you if they're not gonna give you what you want, and you've got good managers can adapt, and he's proven that he can adapt.
Yeah, but a good manager knows what his players are capable of.
He must think they are.
Yeah, I hear that, but then at the same time, you have to remember, I'm not even trying to differ on the last season.
Devil's advocate.
I know what you're doing, but
like, it's early days. Like, do you know what I mean?
I can say, you have to remember, especially with the fullback issue, you have to remember, like, my man didn't want to keep Wan-Bissaka, bro. He had to play him because the low got injured, and he was good for what we was trying, how he was playing yesterday. He was good, so we thought I'll persist, but he didn't. The fullback he needs to implement the inverted fullback thing, as good as Wan-Bissaka is, cannot do that, bro. He's been one of our best players, but that doesn't mean because someone's been one of your best players, they can play how you want to play. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying.
Like, that doesn't mean anything, bro. He can't do that role. Luke Shaw looks like he might be able to, but it's going to take time. He's clearly changed it and said, yo, this is how I want to play. I just need 1 and 2 more players to play that way. I'm seeing man say, oh, this is Ten Hag's squad. He's got the players that he wants. No. Even if you just want to sticking on this summer, no, he hasn't, because he wanted King Min Jae. He's still having to play with Maguire on the bench because he was refusing to leave. He wanted Harry Kane. He had to go and get the young boy striker. He didn't want to sell his goalkeeper. He wanted to wait and use the money to bring in bigger things. Your man wanted Frankie de Jong again, so you can't say that. Like, my thing is with United fans, I'm saying this to man on Twitter, like, yo, you can't say it's his squad or it's his this and it's that, when the players that he actually wanted, the ones he wanted originally, he didn't get them. Man are saying, but you don't want players that don't want to play for your team, but the manager does. Forget me and you as fans. The manager does. So if he wants that player, if you have the means to, go and get that player. I think the midfield...
So you're saying these second choices he didn't want?
I'm not saying he didn't want them, but I'm saying if you have to make do with what you're given, you can't exactly say, yo, the playing style that he's trying to implement has to work from the off.
Wait, how much you paid for Højlund? I know he hasn't played yet, but how much? 70 mil.
The package is 70, 64 up front.
So 70 mil for Højlund, 64, 65 for Mount. That doesn't sound like making do to me.
Nah, it's not making do, but they're not first choices.
That's what you said, though.
They're not making do. Well, they are, but they're not.
That's not first choices.
That's a big amount of money.
Yeah, but that's because man are charging you that amount of price. What you gonna? You're not gonna.
So you think Ten Hag didn't want Mason Mount?
Do I think Ten Hag wanted Mason Mount? I'm not gonna say he didn't want him. He clearly didn't want him, but it weren't first choice.
But what other midfielder have you been linked with this summer?
You got
from what I remember. No, but from what I remember, Mason Mount was your top.
That's what they said.
Top priority signing this summer.
It was Frankie. It was Frankie again this summer, but obviously
I didn't hear anything about Frankie this summer.
Cardiff got squashed early. They said, yo, we're not gonna do this all round thing. It's either you're gonna sell them to us or you're not. Barca said, yo, they did what they did. They tried to do the whole what they did last season and say, you have to wait, man. You said, fuck it, we're moving on to other targets. And that's when the Mason Mount came about. You have to remember, Mason Mount was linked to Liverpool first, bro.
Nah, I know, but...
He was linked to Liverpool first before we was linked to friggin' Ola McAllister. But my man said he didn't want to go to United for God knows what reason. He prefers Liverpool. And that's when they switched from Mason Mount to McAllister. So there was a few midfielders there before Mason Mount. But that's besides the point. He got the player in. Cool, he's trying to work with him, but man can't say that the manager has got it's his squad because he's still got a good 8 players that he's publicly trying to get rid of that are refusing to leave, bro.
Let's name these players for the viewers.
Saka's one apparently.
I'm not even gonna go. I'm gonna start with him. So you got Eric Bailly still at the club, you got Williams still at the club, Dean Henderson, Brandon Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Still at the club.
Henderson
you got
shouldn't be for long. You
got Dean Henderson basically telling man he doesn't want to play. Still at the club.
Yeah.
Maguire's still there.
Yeah.
Friggin' Sancho's still there.
Sancho's not on this list.
He is, bro. My man wanted to get rid of him early doors.
He did say.
So was that? How many was that? 5?
5.
He said if he gets an offer, but yeah. I get it.
You got friggin' what are trying to sell Martial.
So that's 6. Let's just put it this way: them 6 players ain't started for you yet this season. So that argument about
half of them have been on the bench. Van der Beek even, that's 7. Half of them have been on the bench, bro. So, and half of they ain't started. They're not in the starting 11. But man are bringing off Mason Mount to bring on Scott McTominay. The manager was happy. The manager wouldn't accept a bid from West Ham if he wasn't happy to sell him. So clearly you're not in the plans. Fucking Maguire's on the bench. Why is Maguire on the bench if the manager doesn't want him? He took the... No.
But what is your bench? I get what you're saying, it's a squad thing, but what's your bench got to do with the starting 11 and how they're performing?
When things are not working out and man are trying to bring on players, you're bringing on meaty players, bro. So the performance is only going to get worse.
Yeah, but I get that, but this is what I'm saying. Your manager has to play the best to the players he's got. You can't be... If you ain't got... That's like me. That's like Arsenal playing long ball football and we ain't got a tall number 9. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we kept persisting with that, we'll be a fool.
But even look to add to my argument, you look at Rashford. Man are having to force and play Rashford as the striker when 1, the manager doesn't actually want to play him there because when everyone is fully fit, he goes straight on the left. 2, the player doesn't want to play there. But man, right now, have got no choice but to play him there because we don't have a striker to play there at this minute. We do, but they're both injured.
It should be next game, isn't it?
That's neither here or there. Obviously, it's early doors, but man, I say where's it going wrong?
I just think we just needed a striker last game. Honestly, he had 3 sitters. Should have scored. Didn't.
Yeah, there was a few chances.
And
I
if we
said
scored them, we would've
after
been
I watched it, after
up to
I
nils, you get me? And if that happens, the whole flow of the game changes and we win. But
yeah, I said that. I said when I watched the extended highlights, I didn't watch 90 minutes. I watched at least 60 minutes of that game in different highlights. From what I seen, chances wise, it's the same problem we always have. And if man take their chances in the first half, we don't have this conversation. At worst, it's probably a 2-2, like what happened when we played them the last time. The midfield is a problem. It's not a problem. It's a concern.
Mount and
But
Bruno
it
can't
can.
play together, man.
It's 2 games in. Man are talking like he's played with the both of them. He's played with the both of them in these 2 games. They've played like this, and he's continued to play with them. And we're now on week 17, and it's still a problem. It's 2 games in. 2 games in. All this talk about, you can see what the Spurs manager's trying to do. He's only been there a week. He's only been there over the summer. You can see what Pochettino's doing at Chelsea, and you can see what Gary O'Neill's doing with Wolves doing at Wolves, and he's only been there for a week. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. The man forget what new manager bounces. Wolves didn't play no differently to what I seen them play last season. That's exactly how they played. We was further. All it was is we was further up the pitch, Mount and Bruno, and Casemiro was on his own. All they did was hit the ball long. They didn't even try and play through, man. They hit the ball long. Cunha just ran through. It doesn't matter how good you are. If there's 3 midfielders against 1, you're going to lose the battle regardless. That could have been Rodri, it could have been Verratti, it could have been Thomas Partey, it could have been friggin' Basuma, it could have been Casado. If there's 3 man running at 1 player, bro, he's going to get overrun. Man, come on now. In any situation in your life, when the numbers are against you, they're just against you. I don't see an issue to make man be out here talking about Ten Hag out and this and that. It's been 2 games, bro. You lot are too reactionary and talking to me about style of play. If you can't see what fucking he's trying to play right now, then you're not watching the game properly. Man can't say we're sitting there trying to play counter attack and do all that. Man are trying to play out from the back. Casemiro don't have much support because he's trying to have Mount and Bruno further forwards, and unfortunately Shaw and Wan-Bissaka cannot do the inverted thing because they're not that way inclined. They can learn it, hence why he's been persisting with it from the start of pre-season up until now. If it gets to a point where it feels like, yo, I need to change it, then he will change it just like he did last season when we got panned 4-0 against Brighton and we lost 2-1 to fucking Brentford, or was it the other way around? Can't remember. We then, who did we play after that? Liverpool. He changed it. We won the game 2-1. Now, whether man want to panic or not and go on with himself, it doesn't really matter. We're in a better season. We're in a better position this season than we was in last season. Why? Because we lost 2 games in a row. We've only lost 1. We've only lost 1.
Improvements. All right, just round off the start of that tweet then. If Ten Hag was to finish 6th, between 6th and 8th, do you think that's sackable or no?
In his second season?
If he finishes 6th, between 6th and 8th,
no.
What would be sackable? You think he could finish anywhere and not be sacked?
Not get sacked this season. Obviously below 10.
I'm seeing man saying he's sacked by Christmas and all that
What
shit.
the fuck?
I'll be honest, man.
Next part of the tweet, bro. Fucking...
Yeah, these men are chatting shit, bro.
United fan,
What would it take to get him sacked? He'd have to lose the dressing room. He'd have to lose
something drastic.
Yeah, he'd have to lose the dressing room, and he doesn't look like
enough.
he's lost the dressing room. To me, it doesn't look like. To me, I think that the players are a bit. I think the players are a bit like. I don't know. Rashford looks like, bro. To me, Rashford looks like, bro.
I don't know, man. Things in football move quick.
Yeah,
like,
they do. They do.
Say you lose your next, well, not lose, but it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna lose your next 4 games or whatever. But say your patchy form continues up until like October times, like the pressure will start to mount on him.
Yeah, it will. It will. It definitely will. I'm not saying that, but I can't see that. I'll be honest. And things can change quickly. All that needs to happen is, like, for example, who we got next? Nottingham Forest. Let's say Højlund does come in. like this is just scenario here. If we go on like another 5-game win streak like we did last season, Hoyland comes to the team and banging off, man won't be saying a damn thing, bro. It would just be like, oh, it's all right. It's all right. Like I was listening to a bit of the 5 on the way here, and man, I'm saying at the minute it just looks like, yo, we just need a striker to come in and hold up the boy. Me personally, the way I see this going one of 2 ways. When Hoyland comes in, he's either gonna like not necessarily hit the ground running, but you're gonna see a big improvement on the attacking play, or it's just gonna carry on going the way it is. And I can't see it carrying on going the way it is. And
can Garnacho play on the right?
I think so, yeah.
So I don't think so.
But I wouldn't. He's not a starter. I've been telling man, Garnacho's not a starter.
It's a kid from.
He's a super sub. He's a super sub, and I'm happy to be the super
This is
sub.
what man said about Saka though.
Right.
3 years later, he was carrying his squad.
Let's get on to the second part of the tweet.
Let me just refresh their memory. It says, but you man are happy about an innocent man in a shit relationship being dumped by the club he served for practically his whole entire life. This club is done. We all know who that's referring to.
Mason Greenwood. Well, is he innocent? We don't know if he's innocent. He never got found innocent. The charge is just
found innocent, so you class as innocent or proven guilty.
True.
Technically, in
a court of law, yeah.
In a court of law,
in a real life, and in the streets,
in people's opinions,
and upon social media,
whatever you want it to be on it.
And in what my ears have heard.
My ears.
From that voice note.
Oh, your ears. I thought you said something completely different. Yeah, carry on.
Like, I don't know about innocent.
Well,
let's be honest. Obviously, we all know we weren't there. You get me? But that's not gonna fool me. You get me? We're all if our daughter sent a voice note. If we found that voice note of our daughter and their partner, man, we all know what that is, man. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
My, you know what it is, yeah. You know what it is. One of my things is, yo, everyone has a conspiracy theory in regards to this and what's been put out there. But nobody wants to look at it the other side because to them it doesn't suit their agenda. Like, I was chatting to a man today about it and he was just like, bro, let's be honest. Like, if that went to, based off the evidence that was out there, if that went to court, he's got the money. He doesn't even need to go private with a solicitor. All he just needs a good attorney. And that evidence gets thrown out because, for example, you can look at it and say, okay, so she's released photos of her being bust up, but it doesn't show him. There's no proof that it was him. Like, the voice note is the tricky part. Cause anyone that knows what he sounds like will just be like, yeah, that's definitely him or that's not him. Man heard what we heard. It is what it is. For me, I'm just glad the situation's over and done with. I ain't gonna sit down. I'm not gonna sit down and say, fucking, he's innocent. I don't know, and I ain't got time to be like mulling over every scenario, whether he's innocent or not. Him to this day saying that he's innocent. The charges got dropped. I already done said the best situation would have been for it to go to trial. If you got found guilty at trial, then bro, you guilty, see you later, whatever. If you got found not guilty at trial,
no one can say nothing.
You can't say nothing. The evidence is out there, and to be fair to Richard Arnold, he said in the statement is that, yo, the evidence that was put out on social media that we all seen was not enough for us to release the player. You've got to ask yourself why it can't just be money. You know why it can't just be money? Because there's people that don't have money that still find themselves in situations where they can do what they like to women, and the woman is still there. Just to go off a football topic briefly.
But let me just tell you this and flip it the other way. If I didn't do something and someone claimed I did something that bad,
I'm gone. See you later.
Exactly.
I'm gone.
Yet he stayed with her.
Yeah, and
had a baby with her.
Could both just be as bad as each other?
They could. The Raw could. Like, we don't know.
It could be a very toxic relationship.
We don't know.
There could be videos of her hitting him.
We don't
Things
know,
like that.
and
We don't
I'm not
know.
saying she's innocent. We can only go off what
Yeah,
we
no,
know.
facts. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it
You
can
get me?
actually be going both
it can
ways.
be both. It can be
course.
both ways. It can be both
And
ways.
someone behind the scenes has
That's
probably
probably
told everyone,
normal
it's
in
both
their
of them.
relationship,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
what
probably
I'm
the
saying.
one incident that has got out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? But all I'm saying is, me being me,
Yeah,
and
I'm
I'm sure
gone.
you man are the same.
I'm gone.
If someone knew everything I had, everything she put at jeopardy for me,
Yeah, I'm gone.
lying about that, whether you take back your lie or whatever, once you've chose to put that out there into the
Gone,
public,
bro. I'm gone.
I can't forgive you for that.
Gone.
Because
See you
you've
later.
ruined my career. Well, you potentially could ruin my career.
But no potential about it. His career's ruined. It's gonna be a very long time before he bounces back from this. My thing with the whole Greenwood thing, and why I personally don't get onto people that actually do want him back, because just because they want him back, that doesn't mean they support like what's been said in it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, football is football. You get
Exactly,
me?
bro.
Like,
I'm not gonna sit here and act like if he did come back and he's playing for Manchester United, I'm boycotting the badge, bro. I'm not boycotting the badge. I support Manchester United, not Mason Greenwood. I'm not gonna act like, fucking. If he scores a goal, I'm gonna turn my back on a goal, bro. If it was Champions League final, or if it was against Arsenal and we needed them points to win, and he gets the winner, my emotion is
Everybody's
naturally
forgot
going
Exactly.
to. My natural emotion is going to be,
That's just normal. It's like,
and then I'll think about it after, not in the moment. It's all well and good people say it. It's all well and good people saying, I would do this and I would do that, when they're not in the actual moment, because you're not in the moment, so you don't actually know what you're gonna do. You can only speak on what you'd like to do. And when I'm seeing man that I know and randomers on Twitter saying, nah, it's wrong, it's not that, Man United are wrong, you're still gonna go to the games. You're still gonna if he was named on the bench or in the starting 11, man, I'm not watching Manchester United play. Even the
Probably
ups,
tuning
even the
more.
rivals, they're gonna be watching more just to get onto, man.
He'll break streaming records if he steps on
Yeah,
that pitch.
man, are gonna be recording it on some. I can't believe these man. I got my man in the team, so they're still man are still gonna tune in, whether it's positively or negatively. The rival fans getting onto the situation, I completely understand. It's normal. That's what rivals are there for. It's what rivals do. But Manchester United fans within themselves trying to act like you can be, I don't want Greenwood to come back for what he's did. Cool, you can be that, but to then act like you're gonna rip up your season ticket and not buy shirts and all these things, and Manchester United at this, is lying to yourselves. And let's be honest, the only reason why you think you are going to be anti-Manchester United and I'm not going to the games is because of the fucking voice note. Because if that was, even the pictures, if that voice note didn't exist, that could potentially confirm his voice, he could have easily come out and said, she putting them pictures out, but it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Like, I know, let me just compare it to this, because, we was a lot younger when this happened, but remember the whole John Terry thing?
Yes.
The amount of black Chelsea fans there are that would still love off John Terry when he scores and shit.
Yeah, blood.
Like, man, they don't agree with racism and that, but football's football. Like,
Football's football.
You're blinded by certain things, you get me?
Bro, man knew what Giggs was doing. We was young at the time as well, but older fans knew what Giggs was doing, bro. He's still doing it to this day. He only got off the charge the other day, and man still will sit there and tell you man will argue with you why Giggs should be in the best Premier League 11 in the league, and why Giggs is a Manchester United legend, and we all know what he did. Okay, we heard. That's the part where you can be like, okay, safe. I heard it. I didn't hear it before. Cool, but what he did is no different to what a lot of man still did back in them days. Like even George Best and that man will still. And I'm not talking about our generation of fans. Man knew that George Best was just. It was fucked. But the older generation that used to like try and act up with this Greenwood thing, they was still supporting it. Giggs still getting support. Bare man that do these things still get. Not support, but man don't give a shit if they're playing for their club. There's a current Premier League player right now that's being accused of the same thing, and allegedly there's evidence out there in terms of like not no footage or nothing like that, but allegedly there's evidence out there that incriminates this unknown Premier League player.
Oh,
There's two?
I only know one.
Isn't there one that's not named and then one that everyone knows about?
There's one that's just moved to Spurs last season. He's still on a charge.
I don't even know who that is. Yeah,
We used to play for Brighton. Midfielder.
Oh, Donny. Swear down.
He's still on the charge as well.
Swear down.
And his all are getting bought on the charge. So
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
but obviously it's just a case where the evidence in this case
I'm not
was
out.
in everyone's face, you get me? So it's different.
Yeah,
That
that's the
doesn't look
only
at
thing.
United, man.
That's the only thing. But what my question is,
And
especially
he's
to the
English.
especially to the
And he's
right.
black.
Yeah, I
Black
know.
English.
Yeah, it's
And she's a white girl.
exactly. So
Let's be honest.
let's
what it is.
let's just see what's gonna happen with let's just gonna see what happens if these men get found guilty. Cause it won't be no he needs to go this and rare tear. It's not gonna be none of that, man. And don't let the footage and the voice note like blind man from being real with themselves, innit? Cause if you're talking morals and all that, if you really want to take it deeply, there's a lot of people in this life that know somebody that's done or did what my man's done in it, and they're still, if not around these people, they know of that person, and they don't hold them no malice. So why should football be any different? Why should I not support the club that I love because they're bringing back my man into the team because the charges got dropped regardless of whatever else was out there? It's not my brethren. I'm not gonna see him and say cool. I wouldn't even get fucking Bruno Fernandes on the back of my shirt. And he's one of my favourite players at United, so it ain't no way I'm getting a Greenwood shirt. So what difference does it make? I'm just supporting Manchester United. When they win, I'm happy. If he's involved in the win, I'm happy.
All right, cool down, man. Cool down.
I feel like I've been quite calm. But yeah, people, get us in the comments and let us know what you think. I know this is a sensitive subject, and by all means, if you're feeling some type of way about it, you can also voice your opinion. But
Yeah, man. Let us know how you feel.
Yeah,
we want to know your opinions on the matter.
On no way do we, like I say, condone what has been put out there. But it's just something that we got to talk about. But Capo, is that tweet reasonable or wild? First part being Ten Hag out. Reasonable or wild?
Wild.
Second part, Greenwood not getting his chance at United. Is it reasonable or wild?
It's reasonable.
Keems, same to you, brother.
Yo, Ten Hag out, man.
Fuck it.
Get him out!
TezTalks. Check the scores before you come with your reckless talk.
Go check that.
Sending corn back to my team and we banter yours. For the win, taking no L's, we don't do draws. Don't press pause, keep your ears peeled when Tezzy talks.